the 59th session in the second regular session of the 16th Congress is hereby called to order. Senator Po will lead the chamber in prayer. Senator Po.
Amen ang inyong patalasin mo ang pagkilala namin sa pagkakaiba ng malasakit at pagtatakip, ng bahabahagi at buong katotohanan, ng solusyon panandalian at pangmatagalan. Kailangan po namin ang lakas ng loob para maisagawa ang mga desisyon na mahirap at maaring hindi maintindihan ng lahat, pero magiging kapakipakinabang sa pinakamarami.
Quiet.
Senate Joint Resolution Number 12, Joint Resolution authorizing the President of the Philippines, His Excellency Benigno Aquino III, to address the projected electricity imbalance in the Luzon grid and providing the terms and conditions therefor.
Mr. President, copies of this measure as approved on second reading were distributed to the members of the Senate last February 26, thereby complying with the 3-day rule found in the Constitution. We are thus ready to approve the measure on third reading.
Lapid Legal Susmeña, Hector Revilla Soto.
60 votes, no negative votes, no abstentions. Senate Bill number 2622 is hereby approved on third reading.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed with the reference of business.
With the permission of the chamber, may we give priority to the privileged speech on environment and climate to be delivered.
Thank you, Mr. President. Women's Month starts today. This rise as a woman who seeks not only gender equality, but the protection of the planet, the protection of our environment, heal the wounds that we have inflicted on Mother Earth, and to combat the greatest challenge humanity faces, the climate crisis. Just last week, on February 26 to 27, President Francois in to protection of and to ensure its representation as a UNISDR champion, to also request that the 2008 Manila Call for Action of Parliamentarians on Disaster Risk Change be inserted into the records, since it is the champion had convened here in along with leading individuals from different are committed to climate action. They gathered in Manila to engage the community, all stakeholders, and world opinion on the urgency of addressing climate change seriously, efficiently, and equitably. Less than a year ahead of a 21st conference of the parties to the UNF 21, where people have endured an unprecedented series of extreme weather events in the last few years, we are reminded that while the developing nations have contributed least to climate change, they are the ones that suffer the most from all for climate cooperation. There are other parts of the call to action I no longer read here in session, Mr. President, but all I would like to say is we need an agreement that is negotiated and accepted by everyone and for everyone, an agreement that takes all differences in situations into account and aims at bridging varying perspectives to hasten collective action. We need an agreement and for everyone, an agreement that takes all differences in situations into account and aims at bridging varying perspectives to hasten collective action. We need an agreement that reduces emissions, that is a precedent for and for listening all the time, and I will not until
First reading. Senate number 26 entitled An Act Supporting Collaborative Academic Research.
Public Services, Ways and Means.
70, an act institutionalizing a criminal investigation system repealing for the purpose RA 5180, otherwise known as an act prescribing a uniform system of preliminary investigation by provincial and city fiscals and their assistants and by state in aid of legislation on the support of both industry view of boosting, congratulating, and commending independent filmmaker Eric Dia, otherwise known as Kidlat Tahimik, for winning the Film Prize for his film Balikbayan #1 Memories of Overdevelopment Redo 3 at the recently concluded 65th Berlin International Film Festival in Berlin, Germany on 4th Senate its report of the Barangay Micro Business Enterprise number 9178 or the Barangay Micro Business Act of
Trade, Commerce, and Entrepreneurship.
Committee Report number 104 prepared and Citizen Civil Service and Government Reorganization, National and Security on Source Senators.
Mr. President, I move that the minority floor, Senator Vicente Soto, Tito Soto.
Justice is for compassion, Mr. President, and that judgment and the evidence of guilt are all in. Mr. President, detained at his
is resumed.
Mr. President, I move that
Signed. And for the purposes, Senator Sani Angara.
Agriculture and Food Tourism will
Senate number 2674, an act promoting the scientific propagation, processing, utilization, and development of the Philippine native animals, creating the Philippine levy assets, and for the purpose.
Secretary.
An act declaring the coconut levy asset.
Act declaring trust fund, providing for its management and utilization, authorizing the privatization and management office to dispose the coco levy assets, and for others, which is the high incidence of poverty among them. During the public hearing we conducted on the plight of Filipino coconut farmers noong February last year sa Digos, Davao del Sur, lalo 1.3 million CCT or cash transfer benefits are from the coconut producing towns. To prove how much the plight of farmers that the entire country, 8 million of the 3 million CCT or cash transfer benefits are from the coconut producing towns. To put in context how much the plight of coconut tree fund asset for and coconut farmers and for others referred classified 2013, it is entitled Resolution Appropriate Senate Committee an inquiry in aid of legislation on the status of the coco levy assets with the end in view of ensuring that it will be used primarily for the benefit of all coconut farmers and for the development of the industry. To recap, the bills considered in the committee report are number 455 by Senator Recto, 2162 referendum motives. Moreover, the rules require that any bill must be filed by a senator. Anyway, the petition for indirect initiative by Kilos Magniniyog is now a bill. It was adopted as Senate Bill 2467 by Senator Aquino de Fort. So levy assets will be declared as a trust fund. It means that all coco levy assets, non-cash levy assets, refer to the story of the trust, a big chunk of the cash coco levy assets, including the pit and inventory, sharing, and livestock raising. Community-based coconut enterprises, including integrated processing of coconut products, implementation of Coco Levy Assets Trust Fund Committee is being established. It will be composed of the DA Secretary Bill at proseso para magamit an Industry Development Act.
Till 3:15.